Hi there, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Grada. Today I want to share some things that I've observed over many years working in the clinic with over 20,000 clients. Most of the most common words that I hear are, I feel stuck. I feel stuck at my work, or I feel stuck with my money. I feel stuck in my relationship. I just feel stuck somewhere, and I've worked so hard to create flow in my life, but it's just not happening. And so I see people who are stuck in pain, and perhaps you can relate to that as well, right? So feeling stuck is one of the most common things that healers and coaches come across. You could say it's our bread and butter, and then we help our clients to restore flow and freedom in their life or in their body or in their relationship. Now, I just want to explain how this stuckness is so common, because the issues that block us, that are in our tissues, are often not even created by ourselves. They're often carried over from our parents, our grandparents, or even past lives. And it's beyond a lot of healers to tap deeply into those areas of difficulty and stuckness so that they can be resolved and released. And today I have something exciting to share, because I'm on a mission to change that. I've been on a mission a long time, but over the last few years I've been writing workbooks and creating a system that I can now share with other people who are interested, who want to be walking polygraphs or detective investigative healers and coaches. I am going to teach you how to do that in November. So from the 1st to the 7th of November this year, I've created an opportunity for you to come here in this beautiful room, which is my teaching room, for 7 days, where we're going to be immersed in unpacking what goes on inside the client, right? Inside their mind and inside their body. And you get to be on the receiving end, of course, for 50% of the time. It's going to be very hands-on. I'm going to share with you all the most effective tools that are like a Swiss Army knife that can literally open anything and dissolve the traumas and create healthy energy, happiness, health, wealth, and, connection to your purpose, whatever is needed. We will be diving into the master system, which is something that I work with every single day with my clients. So, and this will help you if you are looking for a massive up level in your life, or a factory reset, or if you want to simply spend time with a lovely group of people who are all on the same journey, people who've been on a path of personal and soul and spiritual development for a while, who are looking to up level quickly. I promise you this training will be the equivalent of maybe many lifetimes of lessons all packed into 1 week. Plus you get to be on the receiving end of like another 3 months of group coaching with me over Zoom once a week, where we get to where I'll share information and I'll help you to answer questions that you might have about situations that you see in your clients or your family or your relatives. For many years, it's been my vision actually to create healers in every community, because our world is getting so fast paced now, and there's so much confusion and distortion out there, that we need powerful people who are inspired to gain a lot of tools and wisdom, so not just knowledge, so that you can help your family, whether it's your children, people in your community, so you can be the wisdom keeper in your community. Because what we've seen, of course, over the years is a complete erosion of lifestyle, and people are dying young, and the older generation doesn't have many of the answers. There's a lot of disconnect. So this workshop, when you work with me, you learn to connect deeply within your own inner core, and you get the tools to be able to heal other people from the deepest level. So I've called this workshop Investigative Healer, It's all based around what I do every single day in my work. I've been doing it for 20 years now. And I've created a system, an 11-step system that you can follow again and again, that will be able to clear allergies, food sensitivities, but much deeper as well, like energy patterns of stuckness where people constantly are recreating the same situation over again. For instance, like losing money, financial hardship, choosing the wrong relationships, and so on. So many years ago, just to share a story, many years ago I had to deal with a little boy. This is probably going back in the year 2007 or 8. And the parents brought me a little boy who was 8 years old, and he constantly wanted to not be alive anymore. I have to be careful how I express this, right? So he had already been to school counselors, psychiatrists, and he was medicated. And it didn't change anything. He had so much darkness in him, I guess we call it darkness, that he constantly didn't want to be alive anymore. So I tapped into his energy field, and I was able to detect that it didn't start with him. It was actually the story of his grandmother that was stuck in his tissues. So one of his grandmothers had had a life of real hardship and injustice. Nothing had been done about it. It just got buried. And then her child, which was the daughter, she also didn't have any awareness around it. And now here I was with a little child, an 8-year-old boy in my room, who was carrying all the unresolved pain of his grandmother in his body. So I was able to clear it very quickly. It only took half an hour. And I'm sure the boy is a healthy young man now. So, and it didn't bother him anymore. He was changed immediately, because you can just imagine if you have like a glitch in your computer that's constantly jamming up your programs, and you take it to a computer hardware person, he can remove the glitch, and that same glitch is now gone. So we can do the same if you know how to hack into the subconscious mind, and if you know how to time travel in people's subconscious mind and take it back to the point where the pain originally came from. So this is, of course, what I had to do for myself as well. As many of you know, in the year 2006, I was hit by a truck, left with more than 40 fractures, internal bleeding, brain injury, you name it, everything that could possibly be wrong. That's what I was left with. I was flown to Melbourne, to the Alfred Trauma Hospital from Tasmania. And of course the doctors didn't know if I would make it, but I didn't give up on myself, right? And I was already a healer with a lot of experience. So I knew how to tap into the deepest energy inside our body, where all healing comes from. And I was able to utilize that and amplify it and heal my own body, and then also create a new life for myself again. And today I am probably healthier, more inspired, energetic and creative than most people my age. But I don't want my wisdom and knowledge, that all my hard-earned wisdom, I don't want that to disappear with me. So I'm now ready to share that with people who are interested. If you are ready, if you're a caring person, if you care for other people or for yourself even, if you want to deepen your coaching work or healing work, or if you simply want to start somewhere, I would encourage you to check out the landing page, and I'll attach all the information below the video. Also, another story that I want to share, I learned a lot from my grandson Elijah. He's 15 now, oh no, 16, he just turned 16, that's right. So 16 years ago, he was born with a genetic disorder, a very incredibly severe genetic disorder that was always threatening to, I guess, take his life. And we only discovered 3 years ago that it had a name, and the name is actually Nomad's disorder, which is so rare that there are only 100 people alive with Nomad's, only 100 known cases. So this is what Elijah had. So he suffered from severe anaphylactic shock every second day nearly severe anemia, enlarged heart, many other things. And people with a genetic disorder of nomads, they usually don't make it till 20. So I learned so much from working with Elijah. I was always giving him a healing session, even if my daughter and Elijah weren't even aware of it. But if he was in the room, or I would do distant work on him, and once a week he would have a session with me in my room. And I feel like this taught me so much, especially about healing the timeline. So when I worked with Elijah and I went deep into his DNA, and we don't know his father, so that complicated it, but we actually didn't need to know who he was to still heal Elijah. I was able to go all the way back into his DNA and do lots of deep healing there. And what we discovered was, if I did go in that direction, he would often feel better for a week or so, whereas normally the treatments would only last a day. But with all other children that I work with, the changes are lasting, they're immediate, and they last. That's why it frustrated me so much that my own offspring, my own beautiful grandson, didn't get the same benefits. But when he was eventually diagnosed in the Melbourne Pediatric Hospital, they were surprised that Elijah had no damage to his organs, whereas normally children who are 12 are already, their brain is damaged, they're either already deaf or blind, and their joints are disfigured and so on. And Elijah is now a strapping young man, because thank goodness there is a medication. He has to inject himself every day with anakinra, which is like a medication that helps nomads disorder. And it's just a miracle to me to see him. Every week he grows a centimeter nearly. So Elijah's had the benefit of many healing sessions. And I've seen how that helps children as well, other children, like normal, healthy children. If they get healing sessions, say when they're 3, 4, and 5, it doesn't matter how young. And then when they become teenagers, let's say 15 or 16 or 17, you know how difficult it is as a parent to have a teenager. I know, because I have 6 children, and I didn't know any of these when my kids were young. But when little kids receive healing sessions and then they become teenagers, they often don't, they just cruise through the teenage years. That's what I really want to say, because they're not fighting all the conflicting parts that are buried in their tissues, because we've already dealt with them and dissolved them and brought out the good energy that's there, and that can be amplified. So even I wish that every family could just do that and then harmonize the families and clear the deep trauma that's there, that, as I said, didn't start with you, because humanity has been oppressed and traumatized for eons, right? And this is our chance to create a difference that Mother Nature is crying out for. So I feel like this is perhaps all I need to say to inspire you. If you need a complete reset and you just committed to your own evolution, this might be a good chance for you as well. However, you will be learning how to do it, so you can't just be on the receiving end for 7 days, right? We will be swapping over all the time. You will be working with a partner. You're going to get 2 workbooks. I'm going to train you how to connect deeply inside your own body, because a healer's or a coach's nervous system has to be attuned to healing, of course, right? An instrument always needs to be tuned up as well, so that it can create beautiful music. So your body, your nervous system has to change as well. So we will do many exercises and meditations and group sessions to achieve that. And then you get the tools to tap into people's hidden issues in their tissues. I'm very excited to bring this to Tasmanians, because it was born in Tasmania, conceived here. I've done all my training here. And so you get to be the first one. You have the privilege to be the first one to experience this. The group is already forming. Quite a few people have committed. So there's still a few places left if you feel like, wow, this is for me. your intuition will let you know. I really urge you to respond to this email and put down a deposit so that we can start working towards having a wonderful week in November. Of course, if you're looking for change yourself or you've got issues in your tissues, please book in for a session with me in the Purple House as well, or with Peter. Peter and I, we always do the same thing, and we have our own slant on it, but Peter is a fully fledged miracle method practitioner as well, because we've done all our training together. So let me know what you think, and perhaps this is what you've been waiting for. If you want more information, send me an email. I'm here to answer all your questions, and I look forward to being with you, perhaps in my room or in November. Bye for now.